Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Music Scrap, the Musical Scrapper. Yes, I know, it's been a couple of weeks since I streamed. Lots of things going on in my brain that didn't allow me to want to do any art. But I'm back. But I am going to do a page today that honors my dad, who passed 18 years ago on Labor Day weekend. Okay, so, and I know it's been 18 years, but I don't know, for this year, for some reason this year was extra rough on my brain, plus teachers going back and me not going back. That was, you know, makes you realize your inabilities when you've been forced out for medical reasons. Okay, but I'm back, so no more of that. Got my watercolors. Just before I start, though, I'm going to check the size. So what I have here is my Dylusions art journal. Hey, Dee Dee. Thank you, guys. Yay, Tool found me. Oh, no, okay. I don't think that'll be, those won't be too large. Those will work, I think, for what I want. Yeah, those are good size, I think. Yeah. All right, so that'll work. All right. But first, I need to do this. So I'm going to do an art journal page, but I'm using watercolor. It's going to be mixed media, though, because I am going to stamp a quote. I am also going to be adding this as part of the page. The quote is, let me open it here on my computer. The quote is, "A painter paints pictures on canvas, but musicians paint their picture on silence." And that's Leopold Stokowski, who was born in the UK, but a very well-known orchestral conductor. He is, if any of you have seen Fantasia, by Walt Disney's Fantasia, he is the conductor who conducted that. And so he is in the video of Fantasia, on and off. Hey, Janet, welcome. Hello, everyone. Okay, so first I'm going to watercolor this. This is watercolor paper that I got on Amazon. Have no idea how good it is, how bad it is. This is the first time I'm trying it. I got it a while ago, but because I haven't used 100% cotton watercolor paper before, and this is 6 by 9 inches. So it's cold press, but it's not really, really rough cold press. It's kind of nice. So it'll be even nice for card fronts, which is what I thought of using it for, card fronts and stuff like that. Or cases like this, where I want a small image. But so it's the first time I bought 100% cotton fiber paper. So it's my chance to practice it. It's just £90, but which is perfect for card fronts, right? It is bee paper, made in Oregon. It's from the U.S., made in the U.S. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Really? Just one moment, please. Oh, yeah, good. It got stopped by something else. It got stopped by a pile. Hold on. That's something I need to. All right. So first, I need to watercolor this sparrow. My dad's favorite hymn was "His Eyes on the Sparrow." So that is going to be included on my page today. Alright, I think I'm going to, I'll put the book under this and then this. There we go. What is going, oh, geez, no wonder, I was like, why won't it sit down? Alright, never mind. It's been, 2 weeks is a long time to go without streaming, obviously. Alright, let's find my tape. Where is my tape? No, that's not the... No, that's my double-sided tape. Maybe I put it in... I did. I put it where it was supposed to be. Imagine that. BEE paper. BEE company. All right. I don't have to put it around the whole edge because I'm not going to be using this part. So, oh, for goodness sakes. Didn't make it long enough, darn it. Oh well. That's okay because I am going to be tearing the edge of it anyway. So it doesn't have to be perfect on the edges because I am going to be tearing the edges. All right. All right. So all right, now I need some transfer paper, and I've got some right in the back of my journal here. All right, and I need my pen. I like to use my red Bic pen, so that way I can see where I've already traced. So this is a sparrow. My dad's favorite hymn is His Eye is on the Sparrow, and my cousin sang it at his funeral. This is white. Sorry, if my head is in the way. I know there are a couple of new people to my stream, so if you are new, just so you are aware, I only have 10% vision, so sometimes my head will get in the way just a little bit. right, let's make sure. Okay, that should be good for what I need. Give me enough to be able to paint them. Hey, Carol. Yeah, it is a sparrow. I have it, Dee Dee, right here. Yep, this will be going on the page. See, this is funny. Like, you know, an hour ago I had no idea what I was going to do. Then I found that, well, no, I shouldn't say that. 3 hours ago when Janet started, had no idea. I found the quote, and then I was like, ooh, yes, I know what I'm going to do. So, okay. So for colors, I'm going to need some toned down yellow ochre, but it's toned down a little bit to a brown, so maybe mixing it with a little bit of something purple to tone it down a little bit. And I need some Payne's gray, and then this is like a really light Payne's gray. I think a Payne's gray will work with that. Maybe with a little cerulean in it. We'll see. And then, of course, the brown is burnt sienna, I believe. I will try burnt sienna and see what happens. Where's my burnt sienna? Well, I think burnt sienna may be mixed with a little burnt umber. Needs a little burnt umber too. So burnt sienna, burnt umber. I'm going to use my Payne's gray. And then my yellow ochre, toned down a little bit. I might tone it down actually with the paint, with that, well, it's indigo I have. Why don't I have Payne's gray? But I'll use indigo since I don't have Payne's gray. All right. So this is my fusion palette. Oh, I bought some 100% cotton, 22 by 30, whatever those large sheet sizes are. The Fabriano Studico, the 100% cotton Fabriano paper, because I am going to do a Peggy's Cove for myself, and I want to do it either 11 by 6, either 11 by 14 or 16 by 20, maybe 16 by 20. I think that's about as big as I'll ever go for my watercolor paintings, but we'll see. Okie dokie. So these are all Shinhans, except the indigo is came free with the Fusion palette, and Fusion palette is by, oh, what's the name of the stupid company? Come on, you guys, help me out. Who makes the Fusion palette? The can't remember the name of the paints. The Opera Rose is the professional, Winsor & Newton professional. The rest are in here are Shinhans. Oh, except the Moon Glow, which is Daniel Smith, and this Daniel Smith one. I forget what it's called, but it's like, it's basically iridescent viridian is what it is. I can't remember its name, but anyway. The rest are all Shinhans. PWCs, which is the professional watercolor. So, sorry about that, all the gabbing. Hope you fast forwarded if you were watching the... Alright, so I need some indigo. So I need to spritz my palette. Indigo, I'm going to need burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and cerulean. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's close. It's more cerulean than ultramarine. Okay. Alright. So let's get those going in my palette here. Oh. Alright. So my brushes are by Zen. They're Royal Langnickel. Made by Royal Langnickel, and it's a squirrel mix. So it has squirrel and faux squirrel. So that's the indigo. Get a little more in there. And cerulean. And I know compared to the Daniel Smith is wonderful pigment, so do color, so does this, so do the Shinhans. But the Shinhan's wet much more easily than the Daniel Smith. Then yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. This is for my first wash, so they will have more water than my second wash. And then I need some burnt umber. There's a little yellow ochre in there, but that won't hurt it. Burnt umber. Oh, sorry, burnt sienna. Sun is out again after a couple of days of rain here on the east coast of Canada. Burnt umber. All right. Alright, I do need a smaller brush for painting because this guy is a little small and I'm not quite talented enough yet to use large brushes, so I'm just going to use a number 3. So I'm going to start by mixing a little wee bit of... I'm going to mix some cerulean, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit of indigo in it to darken it up a little. There we go. So now I've got a nice mix there. you will see is, once it dries, it'll be fairly close to his rust color there, and I will, so I'm just going to go around where the blue color is. And of course, we don't want any hard edges at all, so I will then take a clean brush, but just damp, so I'm just wiping it on my towel a little bit, and go around the edges to soften those edges, move the paint a little bit. Okay, it's the first time I've ever used this 100% cotton paper, so I'm not going to be used to how much it absorbs or how the paint moves on it, so bear with me. I think maybe I should have done that wet in wet, but that's okay. And now it's gone a little farther than I wanted, so I'm going to take a paper towel and just pick up a little bit of this. Okay, there we go. That's better. Alright, so for the next little blue section, I am going to actually wet stuff to get a little bit of that edge out. Oh, squirrel. Well, but no. Janet, silly. Silly girl. I know you know what I mean. You're just being silly. Alright, so this next part I'm going to do actually wet in wet. So what I'm going to do is wet an area a little bigger than what I want for this blue part. Because it's going to start with indigo up here. Oh, well, maybe if I actually pick up some color, it would be nice. Now remember, it dries lighter than what you put down, so then I'm going to go in with a little bit of my cerulean. And I'm going to go in with a mostly dry brush and pick a little bit of that up. Keep the edges soft. And I need to drop in a little bit of cerulean in that dark area because it's not quite the right shade. I should have done a mixture, but anyway, that's okay. I can do another layer. I'll do another layer to get the right color. All right, where else do we have a little blue? We have some blue-gray on his wing there, so that's going to have to be... All right. So I think I'm going to dry this before I start with the wing, just so I'm sure it's not wet where it's going to wick out into his body. I'm going to dry it. These girls are silly. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching on YouTube, but you really should try and come to live streams because it's much more fun when you have the chat, especially during the boring parts. When the streamers heat drying, for one thing. Goodness only knows what conversation's gonna happen in streams. Believe me, many strange conversations have happened. Alright, so I am going to wet his wing and his tail. Except for the white feather area. Oh yeah, that soaks in the water very quickly. A little bit too much water in that section. May have to wait for it to soak in a little bit. You don't want any puddles, you want a sheen, but you want a nice even sheen all over. I don't know if I can show you the wet sheen there. You can see the sheen. I have a little bit too much here. Like I said, first time for using this 100% cotton paper. Okay. So I'm going to make this blue mixture that I have here a little darker for the wing. And then I need my mixture of yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Some more yellow ochre. Right here. And then burnt umber. Oops. Make sure you don't have any water dripping. And it's going to wick together a little bit here, but that's okay. I am not a realistic type of painter, so don't now I need to go in with a blue. And let that blue and brown wick together. Now I need to go in with a teeny tiny brush. Ooh, let's try my little bamboo one from Zandra. It's got a really fine tip. And that has to go right down the outside here, but there has to be some white left, which is why I need the nice fine tip. All right. And keep getting these flashes of light, and it's if you're noticing it, it is just the light shining off car mirrors and etc. out in the parking lot. So it's kind of strange and eerie, but his head, I think I'm going to do, because it's so small, I think I'm going to do his head wet on dry. And a little bit of yellow ochre. And just a touch of burnt umber over here, over that eye area. And you need to take a little bit of very watery yellow ochre onto his chest area here, but very watery. Sorry guys, I'm not watching chat. Very, very difficult to watch chat when you're watercoloring. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks, Monique. All right, so I need to put, all right. I need to get the part under the beak a little bit darker here. So I think, all right. Yeah, that's a little better. And a little more cerulean blue into that indigo, it helps. All right. And yes, Dorothy, once he gets eyes, he'll look a little better. Dorothy doesn't like it when things don't have eyes. And added a little indigo into my burnt umber to make that brown a little bit darker there for some of these feathers. Now while it's dark, while it's wet, I'm going to take my very fine brush here. It's like a bamboo Chinese. Anyway, it should make a nice job of putting some it's not quite dry enough yet to do that, but okay. Oh, May. Jeez Louise. You know me and that set of movies and that actor. Not a chance. Keep going, sorry. Kind of not much point of saying it after the fact, but anyway. Hold on, I've got to pick up some of this water here because it's going to bloom on me. Yes, it is a specific bird. Yep. Alright, now I have to do his feet, his legs and his feet. I have to kind of get rid of some of these hard edges here. Just take my small brush here, get some clean water, but then dry it off some and just kind of try and blend that blue away a little bit. So it's not quite such a harsh line there on his head. All right. His beak is just a very little bit of blue on it, so the light blue. Well, maybe not that light. Which means I still have to make what's right underneath his beak a little bit darker. So I'm just going to take my fine brush and go under his beak and make that a little bit darker so that it defines the beak, because it's important in watercolor you make something light by putting dark beside it. And need to add a little more because that just all basically went away. I've got too much water in that mix. So I'm going to have to go directly into my palette so that I can get some that's a little thicker for this, what I'm trying to do, his little shadow here under his beak. The mix I have in my palette is too thin. There we go. All right. All right, now his eyes. You just take some yellow ochre and mix in a little bit of my blue because his eyes are kind of a greenish brown. So I've made sort of like an olive. I think it needs a little bit more yellow. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so I just took some yellow ochre, mixed in that cerulean and indigo color. Sparrows have quite large eyes. Yeah, I should have made that a little thicker. Alright, I'm going to go right into the yellow ochre. Make some a little thicker here. I think this is too small a brush, but I'm going to need it for the, there we go. And over here. Alright, so I have to dry that before I put the, I'll mix black by adding some burnt umber into that indigo and cerulean mix. Alright, so I'm going to have to go around the outside of the eye with the dark first. I have to mix this dark that I'm mixing. I have to mix it nice and thick. So I am going to actually mix it right out of my palette here. And I'm just going to take some indigo. Don't need much. And burnt umber, and that'll make a nice black. Okay. So first, I'm going to make sure it's a nice point. I haven't painted with this brush before. It could be a mistake trying to... Okay, so I'm going to go perpendicular to the page and a very light touch to get my thin line around the outside, and then his nice big pupil. Well, that looks ugly. That doesn't look right at all. What did I do? Oh yeah, I have to, that's because I have to put his sparkle back in yet. Okay, that's why. Alright. I was like, how come that looks so bad? Because I didn't put his sparkle back in yet. That's why. I'm going to add a bit of this really dark down here to separate his wing from his tail feathers. And it also brings that color into another spot on the painting so that it's not just on his eyes. And I'm just going to go down the inside of that with a damp, clean brush to make it not quite such a harsh line. Alright, so now his legs. I think I can do that with this brush. I think I can do his legs with this one. So yellow ochre mixed with some, I think I need a little more yellow ochre in this burnt sienna mix. Yellow ochre, burnt sienna, same as what I used on some of his wing area there. And make sure it goes into a nice point. Okay. Thanks, May. All right. Three front talons and one back talon. Okay. I could be wrong, but if I remember my ornithology, yeah, right, how much ornithology did I learn? Not a heck of a lot. If I remember it correctly, sparrows are a predator, one of the smallest bird predators that there are, thus the talons. These birds are like this big. Like, this is larger than life size. Sparrows are tiny, tiny, tiny birds. Thanks, Carol. I'm not sure what to do with his eyes. I don't really like how his eyes turned out. They look more like a hawk. He's got hawk's eyes. But his eyes are kind of like that. But once they should, I'll add, before I do anything else, I will add the sparkle. I'll just use my gel pen. Oh, I'll try. Let's see what happens with my white. I do have white, so why not try using it? Okay, let's see if it is opaque white. I still have to do the whole page, the background. This is just one element of my journal page today. So I actually that does help. It's amazing how much a little white dot. Oh my God, sorry. My hand-eye coordination is just not working. One moment, please. Now, I was going to say, like, what did I do with my other? It rolled underneath. Okay, so need to make him look like he's sitting on something, so don't want him just sitting in the air. So I'm going to wet the ground underneath him here. You want to make wet the area a little bigger than the area you want to be the shadow, so that it will kind of bleed out. But you can also use a clean brush to help the effect. So what I'm going to do is simply drop in some of this color and let it work a little bit. So I'm just going to tip it up a little bit, tip it this way, tip it all 4 ways a little bit. Bye, Sophia! Thanks, Dee Dee. Don't want him to look like he's standing in mid-air. Uh-oh. I dropped a bead of water inside his head here that I don't want to be there, because I do not want this to bleed in there. This is just going to put the bird in a bit of a vignette. And I'm going to use this same mix here. Now I'm going to go to my larger brush and kind of just fade this out. Done that, and this part is done. So although I'm doing watercolor, it is technically going to be a mixed media page because I will be doing some stamping. I guess I should have zoomed in. I should have zoomed in a little bit on him because he's small. Oh, I forgot something. Ooh. I forgot to add some burnt umber. Gosh, almost. I have to do those talons a little bit darker again. So I'm gonna have to dry that little part of his leg again. Keep going. Hey, Bonnie. Thanks, May. But his eyes are big. That's how his eyes are. Look. They're almost like a mini hawk. See, look. That's what they look like. Thanks, Bonnie. So, okay. So that's the bird part. Now I can move this out of my way. Oh, dang it. Okay. So this is my journal. This is my dylusions journal. And don't ever use puffy paint in your journal because it sticks. This was last autumn, so it's been a whole year that I worked in this book. And then I have this page. We must see that peace represents a sweeter music, a cosmic melody that is far superior to the discords of war. I did that on Martin Luther King Day last year. And then I did this one. The point of the journey is not to arrive. Prime mover by rush. That's from a song lyric. So, on this page, May. All right. So I put on 2 layers of Daniel Smith absorbent ground so that I can do watercolor. Now, for this, well, I'm going to trim it first and then I'm going to, oh, why bother? I want the edges torn. Oh, it doesn't tear as nice as cardstock, of course. I have to kind of go up closer to the tear, I think. So I still have to do all the background, which is going to be a watercolor landscape. Of course. You guys didn't think you would get away without me doing a watercolor landscape, did you? And I'm going to take my Distress. What color? Oh. Just the antique linen. Just give it a little color, but not overpowering. Hi, Galina. So that's going to go on this side. Oh, I shouldn't have put that away because I'm going to need it for the music as well. I'm actually going to take the hi, Carrie Ann. Didn't see you come in. Sorry. You guys are all getting G-nitis, eh? Learning how to type in Martian. And the bottom. And let's ink the edges of this as well. Thanks, Kimberly. Like a true Canadian, eh? Yeah. Okay, I need to do this side. Same as that side. I'm sorry. It has to be somewhat symmetrical because it's me. Okay. So the quote is by a very well-known composer, born in the UK, but he founded the American Youth Orchestra. He was also the director of the Philadelphia Philharmonic for a while, in New York, and the Hollywood Orchestra, and he is the conductor who conducted Fantasia, the music for Fantasia for Walt Disney. So he's the one you see in that. So the quote is, a painter paints pictures on canvas, but musicians paint their pictures on silence. So, but first I need to do the landscape. Leopold Stokowski. Thanks, Mindy. All right. Here comes... Actually, I want this to be up, so I'm just going to put it on here too. It shouldn't be too heavy, I don't think. All right, so let's get my paints mixed for this. All right. I need some burnt umber. I will likely need yellow ochre. But I need cerulean blue, but I'm going to need some green as well. So put my green down here. It's going to be a made-up landscape. A landscape from my head. Actually, I need to take that out because it has burnt sienna and burnt umber in it, or yellow ochre, and I just wanted it for yellow ochre. All right, so I need cerulean, well, hello. Oops. I like cerulean hue for my skies when it's a nice happy day. Should be using a bigger brush. It would pick up more pigment more quickly, because this is going to have to do the whole sky, so I want to make sure I have enough in my first pickup here. Alright, and then I need some sap green that I'll need shading green too, but I'll just do that from my, I guess I can add it underneath my sap green. And I'm going to need purple, so I will simply do that. I've got the cobalt violet light, and I'll do it right from my palette here. Alright, let's start with my sky, and I'm going to use one of my flat brushes here to wet my sky. So this is watercolor ground over the paper, Dylusions paper. Night, Dee Dee! Stay safe! Alright, this brush definitely needs washed because it still needs washed again. It still has blue in it from, and I'm going to do more sky than ground simply because I want it to be like ethereal. Alright. That ran way down on me, and I didn't want it to. All right. So clouds get smaller and the blue gets lighter the farther away, or the closer, in other words, closer to the horizon, which is farther away from you. Oh, I need more cerulean. I knew I wasn't going to have enough. It's different working on absorbent ground than working on watercolor paper. I mean, it's better than trying to work on cardstock or mixed media paper, but it is different. Okay, so now I have to go around and shore up some of these clouds a little bit. It's going in for a little clear water, but dabbing it off, so All right, I want to clouds are a little too lined up, so I'm going to move that one down a little bit. Okay, you can see a little interesting texture where I didn't get the absorbent ground very smooth up there on the corner, but that's okay. Just going to get that edge going a little better. It's Paula. I think I forgot to say, I didn't notice. I saw you earlier and I meant to say hi, but I was in the middle of something. And then I forgot to say hi. I apologize. Oh, you're going to stream, Judy? Ooh. Oh, if you stream. Oh. Darn, I can't do it with my left hand. That thumb is so sore. Oh, that thumb is sore too. And my right. I'm a mess. My two thumbs are both sore. And I know sometimes you can put some dark in the bottom of the clouds. But I don't want any dark in the bottom of my clouds. I want it to be just a beautiful day with some light fluffy clouds floating through. That's all. Oh, we had everybody a mod one day at Joyce's. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Oh, I need to lightly draw in my horizon, because if I don't, it won't be straight. And your horizon, really important that your horizon is straight. Well, straight on both pages means the same, Jean. Didn't quite get that matched up the first time. I hope it erases off the absorbent ground. We shall see. Alright, so I'm going to do my distant ones first. Oh, I just messed up. I just put that down and it soaked up all my green paint. So I need to put some more green paint in there. Don't think I had enough anyway, but my paper towel sat on my green place there, and all right, so before I put in my nice green rolling hills, I'm going to put in my distant purple ones. So I'm going to do those wet on dry. And what I'm going to do is simply put that across like that. Then I'm going to go in and drag it down. So in these distant hills, you don't want a whole lot of detail, thus the nice purple color to show that they are very distant hills. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to have the light coming this way, so I'm going to do a little highlight on that side of the hills. Not sure if it'll lift. I might have to go in and actually, instead of taking out, I may have to add in on the shaded side because it doesn't seem to be wanting to lift a whole lot. Oh, that one, now that one did better. Let's see, maybe I just didn't have my, may not have had my brush dry enough. There we go. All right, that's lifting off. Some highlights. Let's try. I've got a towel on my desk, so that's what I am. Uh-oh, that didn't work out so well. Gotta take that off. Now I need a new paper towel because my other one got ruined with green. Ugh. And I think I am going to go in and just kind of do a little bit of a second. Okay. Now, if you've done that before I put the green hills in. Now, these have to be a little bit more blue than the green grass that I'm going to put on, because they are still farther than this field that I'm going to put in. So, all right, so now I need to take some of my sap green and some of my shading green, which is really nice dark green, but it's more of a blue green, so it will blue this down some. It won't take much. but I'm going to need more than that. More green. So now a little bit of the shading green. You can see how much darker it is. So I'm putting some there, and then I'll mix it in a little bit more. Maybe even add a little bit of the cerulean blue in there to blue it down, because it is still farther away than my, oh, that's not what I wanted. It is still further away than my, there, that'll add a nice little bit of blue. Okay, so a little shading green, little blue, little sap green to give me my hills here. And I think I'm going to do wet on wet, so I'm going to go in with some clean water here. By a nice straight horizon. Oh, good, Jean. Go into the dirty water. Oh, well, at least it's kind of greenish. Alright. See, even with the line, I can't paint straight. Still not dark enough, but I will be adding trees anyway. I could just have to add another. Yeah, I can't even follow a line, so now I'm gonna have to fix my whole line. Dang it all. And it's not gonna be straight. I sure wish I could follow a straight line. I wasn't watching carefully enough. It wasn't that I can't do it. I just wasn't careful. Oh, see? Can't even do it with a freaking straight edge. Went underneath the ruler. That's alright. I'll blend that in with some trees or something. Because this will get a little bit more detail because it is closer. I'm doing it all green, but it's not going to be all green. Don't worry. I will be dropping in some yellow ochre here and there. Doing this to give a little texture. You can wait till it's dry and do a glazing layer, but this way I'll get a little bit of texture, which is okay. I'll get a little bit of blooming, which is fine. this kind of a situation. So I'm going to heat gun that before I add my trees. Oh no, did I say that? Oh gosh, sorry. Didn't know I said that. Oh, not supposed to draw a straight line? Yeah, I know. But your horizon's supposed to be straight. Alright, I need my smaller one now. Not my smallest, but my smaller. My number 3. To do my trees. And I'm going to do my trees with my shading green and going right into my palette, so I'll get some thicker paint. Just gonna break up some of this area with some trees. I'm not putting trees in the whole thing, just a couple of little areas to kind of break up the plainness here. Don't want my brush really wet for this, but it has to be wet enough to release the paint. So, essence of trees, like we were talking about at Dee Dee's this morning. And I kind of need one more area, I think, that has some trees. Bye, Monique! Rest well. I know you don't rest well at night. So do it whenever you can. Now over here, I'm going to do some smaller like bushes, like a hedge or something. Oops, that one went a little higher than I wanted it to, but it's going to be kind of like an unruly hedge. And then I forgot to leave something in this spot. Darn it all. I don't know if it'll go over it or not, so I'm going to try and lift a little spot here. Sap green doesn't always like to lift, but let's see. Let's get my cheap hog hair brush so it has tougher bristles. Okay, so now I need some more cerulean. I need quite a bit more than that. I should be using my larger brush to do this. And I'm going to darken it just a smidge with indigo. I think I took too much indigo. Yeah. Alright, so I darkened it a little too much. So I'm going to put a little more cerulean in there. Okay. Alright, so I need to do wet on wet for this. So I'm going to draw the outline first. This is kind of going to be my area that draws the eye into the painting. Okay, so let's do this with my Alright. So I'm going to go in with the blue first, and then I will have to come back and take some out, because rivers do reflect your sky, so it's going to have to look like there are some clouds in there, so I do have to kind of Should be a little darker as it gets towards the farther away there. So I'll try and make that work. And now with my smaller brush, I'm going to go in some burnt umber. And a much finer line along this edge because you wouldn't see as much of the edge of the riverbank on this side. So just kind of skipping along here where you might see some of the edge. I think this still needs to be a little. So I have to add the grass, of course, so. All right. I don't know. May, am I going to have to ban you and Judy? You and Judy cannot be in the same room together. It's just, I don't know. Put the two of you together and the chat all goes to heck. Be nice, girls, please. Be nice. Alright, so I'm going to start with some yellow ochre. Just kind of dry brushing it on in some areas. I'll find my larger, here it is, my larger round one. Time for my larger round one. I knew there wasn't going to be enough sap green in that. Oh my goodness. Oh. I didn't get in quite quick enough with my yellow was too dry, but that's okay. I'll go back in with another layer of yellow to blend it with the green a little better. Alright, need a little more yellow ochre. I think I need to add a little more. I need to dry it first though, but I need to add a little more green here because it just looks a little too light comparatively. Definitely not. Irma did not glue through this. The bird's here. It's not on the page yet. It's going to be on the page here. I don't have to dry that side. I just have to make sure this side is dry so I can add another layer. It takes longer to dry, I must say, with the absorbent ground than on watercolor paper. So I need to add more green and more yellow here. So I need to mix some more while it's drying. Need more of both color here. Okay, so let's mix a little more green. Probably have too much water in that, but that's okay. I'll take her out here. And a little more yellow ochre. Remember, it's going to be a mixed media page, so the bird and the music are going on top, and then the quote will be stamped. So just need to bring up a little more green on this side. So that's not quite dry. You want to make sure your one layer is dry before you add your second layer, or you'll just pull up the color. Thanks, May. Yeah, CB, but it's supposed to be an artist. It's an artist's canvas, right? Thanks, Joan. Thanks, CB. Thanks, Kimberly. Not bad for coming out of my head, eh? No reference photo today. Sometimes that can be scary, especially in my brain, but anyway. Worked out okay today. So I need to add... I'm going to wet this so I can get a good blend. All right, so okay, so I need to make sure this doesn't stay puddled like that, or it will dry like that. I want it to be, I don't want it to be like totally detailed. I want it to be like dreamy, like heaven. That's kind of the look I'm trying to get. So I'm pretty sure my dad's the Walmart greeter in heaven. Pretty positive of that. He would go downtown for some milk and bread, and he wouldn't come home till for 3 hours because he couldn't go anywhere without like knowing someone. So yeah. All right. So that looks good. I like that. All right. So that's brought a little more green in there. All right. That's all right, CB. I'm used to being given a hard time. Yes, I am. You missed a lot of interesting chat. I had to threaten May and Judy Patootie with banning. They were being silly. They were. To go in, and I think I need to add a little bit more I need to do a little bit along my horizon here to make it more definitive here. Oh, that's better. Like that. Just add a little texture to those. Yep, double trouble. Double trouble. May and Judy Patootie. was just looking a little bit too much like the color of the grass, so I had to darken it up just a little bit there. There, I think that's better. I think a little more dimension. Alright, so now I just need to really dry it so I can do my stamping and add my photos. Welcome back, Karen. Yeah, they're picking on you. I think I've heard that before, Judy. Taught middle school. You can't pull that one on me. Thank you, Carol. I'm just trying to make a nice, simple, pretty, still, serene. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of it before I put my photos on it too. So I'm going to get my camera out, my phone out here. Alright. I need to put my flash on because otherwise I make a shadow. There. Yeah, I want a picture of it before I go and add the other picture to it. Alright, sorry, I'm just cropping it. I always do it whenever I take the picture so I don't forget. There we go. Alright, so there it is on my phone. Alright. So I want to put the artist one up there, and then the music, but not quite that high. Music part of the quote down here. So I was gonna stamp it, but I wonder if I should Alright, I need a piece of paper. Oh, hold on. I need to write it out in sections so I know which word is somewhat central. Just a moment. I need a pen. Okay, I don't want to do it in a Sharpie. I don't want to do it in a pink. I just want my, where's my red gel pen, or my black gel pen? Just my regular gel pen. Where did it go? I don't know, so I'll use this. Alright, so. The quote says, "A painter paints pictures on canvas." So A painter paints I'll do it the same way they have it here. Pictures on canvas, and I'm going to make that in slightly larger font, but then I'm going to do dot dot dot, and then on the other side, musicians paint their pictures Oops, it would help if I spelled it wrong. Right, I mean. Silence. Stokowski. And I'm not going to put the whole name, and I'll probably print his name, not stamp it. So, I'm going to take this off this. Okay. Kimberly. Yay, May, that's good. Hey, Jen! Doing a watercolor / mixed media page. I did absorbent ground in my dylusions journal. I painted this lovely little sparrow. Traced him, of course, or I wouldn't have been able to. I can't draw that well. Not yet, anyway. So he goes on this side. Now I'm wondering if it needs does it need a frame? Do you think it needs a piece of cardstock around it, you guys? I think it does. Let me see. Not black, because that would be too much. Okay, what did I do with all my cardstock that was right there and now it's not where I need it? Dang it. That's what you get for cleaning up, Jean. Where did you put it? I have no idea where I put it. I have craft cardstock, but I was thinking a darker brown than that. Thanks, May. Thanks, Jen. I think it does need, just a moment, I need to find my brown cardstock. Just let me think. I moved it the other day. Fast forward if you're watching on YouTube. Fast forward. Oh, here it is. Hold on. It's right here. I put it all up here. 1 moment, please. It's under a whole bunch of other stuff. I moved it onto a different shelf. I organized by moving things from one place to the next. Oh no, that's not even, oh, never mind. It's not there like I thought. Jeez Louise, Jean. Ugh. That's just my paints. Okay, I must have put it over in my drawer. One moment, please. So, Ella is streaming today. So I've got 40 minutes, and this will be done before then. But I have a few pictures I want to show you guys too. All right. Where did I put my cardstock? When I put it away, I must have put it. Oh, well, I'm gonna get that. Got all these empty bins ready to get stuff put in them tomorrow. All right. Now that's craft. I think I want. Oh, there. This. Okay, hold on. I'll ask you guys if you guys. I think I like the darker, but I'll see what you guys think. It's going to be just a very small edge. Do you think craft or the darker? Which do you think? For frame. Oh, yeah, that's right. Why you come up as Crafterholic in my stream? That's weird. Paint a drop shadow. Yeah, I could do that. A deep green. I might have to paint around a deep green. I wonder if I just do more of an edge. What if I just do more of an edge on here? What if, hold on, what if I took, hold on, I think I have a solution. I'm going to take my, and I have some burnt umber here. I don't want to do it over. I think that's going to work actually. That way I don't have to tear, because I was going to tear these. I wasn't going to make it a straight frame. Okay, just a moment. Let me do the same thing here on the music. This is just copy paper, but that doesn't matter. It's just going to be glued down, so. Ooh. Well, I had this burnt sienna left sitting here, so may as well use it, right? All right, now my heat gun. Thanks, Nicola. No, not yet, but she's probably one of the more than 3 million homes that are still without power. And I'm sure that, you know, they're not supposed to be using cell lines and cell towers unless they have to, so I'm assuming they're safe. She was northwest Leesburg, northwest of Orlando, so I'm pretty sure they're all okay there. So did Jen hear my answer about Eileen, or did she lose the video before that? But I think they're saying that Juan now has changed course, so it's not going to follow the same path. Has it been doing that for everyone today? Has the video, I didn't see anyone else complain about the video, or is it just Jen? There. Oh, that's much better, eh, guys? That's much better. I'm happy with that. That works. I am happy with that. So I'm going to use my Aileen's tacky. May as well put it in the back of this while I have it out and ready to go. Should be more than enough. Oh, of course, there's, now I see my black, yeah, never mind, black gel pen. Well, Jacksonville's basically all a river now. Sorry. Excuse me. Hello. Well, right now I'm still streaming until 8. And why, are you less tired tonight to go to a show? Oh. Oh, well, I mean, we can wait till another night. They'll be on until, you know, Thursday or whatever, but yeah. Yeah. Right. Will you be out and about, though, to bring over a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar, though, for me at some point tonight, or have you already done your running around? Yeah? Well, maybe tomorrow. Well, just a couple of tablespoons. Well, probably tomorrow now, because it's too late now. Yeah, so. No, if you're out and about, you'll be out and about tomorrow. Yeah, bring it tomorrow morning, whatever. Just put a quarter cup in a thing. I need, yeah. The recipe calls for a tablespoon, but I think my roast is way bigger, so I might need 2. So just put a quarter cup in, and yeah. Yeah. And if I'm not up, just put it in the kitchen. If I'm not awake. Anyway. Yeah. Which one? Oh, the kidney. Yeah, I know. That's, yeah. So, yeah, it looks really good. So, yeah. All right, so we'll plan for that one for Wednesday or Thursday then. All right, then. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, bye. Sorry, guys, it was my cousin. I apologize. I answer the phone when my cousin or my sisters call because you never know. All right, so, oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, dropping everything. All right, I'm going to zoom in a bit to show my area that I'm stamping here. For this one. Oops. Let's go up a little bit. All right. Okay. All right, that focused. All right. Oh, Kimmy, are you in Florida? Yeah, the poor Keys, they said they still, even with all the people that have already evacuated the Keys, they still need to evacuate about 10,000 more. It just came across the screen there. Oh, Savannah, Georgia, they're talking about Savannah now. Yeah, see, it's up in Georgia and Alabama and South Carolina and even parts of Louisiana right now. Yeah. Okay, so... all right, here's what I'm trying to decide now. Do I want to stamp all these words or... oh, I don't really want to use my handwriting. I have my letter guides. These are my lettering guides. So I have one that has for really large letters, and I have one that has like smaller size, from pretty as small as I would ever do to like a medium size. But I don't really... Oh, so you're in North Palm. You're there, but you're, you know, okay. But you know your house is okay. Oh, that's good. You know, it's just the older houses that weren't built for hurricane force winds, you know, and the mobile homes. That's and then the water damage, right? But the wind is worse. Worse thing with the winds is the trees and objects blowing around that weren't tied down. Oh, I don't know. I want to stamp, so I guess I'll stamp. I want to stamp, so I guess I'll stamp. Okay, so, what to do with my page? Okay. Oh, and I dropped my darn... oh, yeah. That was why I was thinking, should I do it in pen? Because just a moment, my ink pad fell off the end of my desk. Oops, and I just kicked my can of spray varnish. It was on the floor. Okay, now where did it go? There it is, I think. Found it. Okay. Okay. Are you at Friends or in a hotel, Kimmy? All right, I have to focus for this painter. Paints T. U. Pictures on. Switching to my bigger ones for the word canvas. Whoa. These ones aren't as easy because they're not in separate. Would help if these were down on the box and not on the. There we go. That'll help. All right. No, a C, not an S, I believe. All right. M. Musicians paint their pictures on silence. Oh, now I need to, hold on. Oops. Oh, wrong way. I did that upside down. Oh well. Okay, the one that's closer to me, for some reason, I'm not even getting as straight as the one that was far away. Why is that? Oh, another T. I didn't even have to put it away. Silly girl. well, carp. I knew it was going too well. Shoot, 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 shoot. Grab the wrong one. Okay, where? Darn it. I need a baby wipe. Whoops, sorry. I guess with the watercolor underneath it helped it lift. Nice to see you again. Wow. So glad to see you. Phew. All right, Jean, let's get the right letter. Picked up the R. S instead of the R. Okay, R. I'm almost... Oh, look at that. I thought I was going to have time to spare, but... Paint their pictures on silence. And using the larger letters for silence. Actually, I think I'm going to ink that up, put it a little closer, and then put the L over that I, if I can. Oh, darn it. Well, that didn't work very well either. That's okay. The L will hide that. These ones are harder to line up. Forgot that the I would have more space. Okay, how come? It's really weird. Let's try that again. E. I can fix it with my black marker. Maybe I need to put my, oh, that might help, put my ink pad on a harder surface, but it was on that surface all along. E. Oops. N. C. Well, Jeannie, if you need a good laugh, you should have been here earlier because I had to threaten Judy and May with banning to make them behave. Bad girls. Those two when they're in the same room. Bad news. Bad news bears. Oh, well, Jean, it would help if you put the stamp back. And I'm going to just, I have to look on my original here to spell his name. Leopold Stokowski. Oh yeah, I knew that. No, I don't want the chisel one. Oh, that's too fine. I'm going to fix some of these letters first. Oh, that's why, because it's still wet. Leopold Stokowski. S T O W. No, K O W. K O W S K. Hi. All right. So I will zoom out so you can see the whole page. There we go. A painter paints pictures on canvas, but musicians paint their pictures on silence. And this is a lovely sparrow, and his eyes on the sparrow was my dad's favorite hymn. And, oh, I need to add the date, but I'm going to use this other pen instead. That should mark better on the ground. All right, so this is September 11th. 2017. So there we go. And 1 minute to spare to send you all over to Ella. Oh, hi, Orla. Hello, Orla. Just in time. Thanks, Tool. So Ella is streaming, everyone. She's Ella Creates, ELLA Creates. No. Or is it Create with Ella? Uh-oh, which is it? Thanks, Jeannie. I watercolored him. Well, Orla's not driving. Orla doesn't drive. Someone's driving her. She's just in the car. Tallahassee issues a storm. Ooh. Thank you, everyone, for watching on the recording. I'm going to say bye to the recording YouTube people. Thank you so much.